Good morning. Hey, Brian. Hey, Anna. I am feeling better. Hey, Bree. Ciao. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Monet. Hey, Taylor. Hey, Lori. Hey, Betty. Hey, Kim. Good morning. Hi. Oh, my goodness. Hi, everybody. I missed you all. I know, right? I do sound better. I can stop wearing my nose guard. So, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, let me flip you over. Oh, thanks, Kimmy. All right, let me get you. Yeah, I want to talk about that cake topper. I want to talk about a lot of things today. Hi. That beautiful day. Yes. And it's actually nice out. So I'm going to be out here as much as possible because, oh, thank you, Mrs. Renfro. Mrs. Renfro, did you see the video of the flowers? Hey, Miriam. Way too early for what? Are you on the West Coast, little Prince cookies? You did? Oh, I'll have to watch the replay. No, it's not too late to send the money for the contract if you saw the original Periscope. Hi, Borka. Oh, good. Okay, good. Hi, Stampin'. I wish I knew your name, Stampin'. Being aware. Yep, West Coast. I know. It was a mess last night. And I think a lot of it was, I don't know what it was, but I loved that it crashed during Jay's scope. So as promised, today is Q&A, but I only received one question. So you guys, this is interactive. So, and you know how it gets crazy? I know. You know how it gets crazy? Where there's 10 million people asking things and things get missed, or you think someone said something. If any of you scoped, or even if you're watching crazy scopes like Jay's and you see there's like 10 million people on, that's why I wanted you to send me questions, because then I can write them down. And Brienne, hi Tiff. Brienne actually did send me a question about getting inspected, so I definitely will talk about that. I'm gonna move this up because I'm not liking the way I'm looking. Jay is crazy, but let me tell you, that is a smart man. And as I've always told you guys about Jay, he doesn't sugarcoat it. So if you're really sensitive, don't watch him. If you're really sensitive, don't hire him. But just know up front, you know, he's going to tell you like it is, but he does it in a manner in which is respectful. He is the best kind of crazy. So the first thing I want to talk about, and everybody talked about it to death, the only thing I want to say about yesterday is, okay, and this comes from being 53 years old, being in the corporate world, being on my own, and having a child. This do not engage, I learned from having a child. If someone is getting your hackles up, or someone is pissing you off on Periscope or in the cake groups, don't engage. Do you know how many Periscopes I watched? And I watched the one on Sunday that I just don't engage. Did I agree with what she said on Sunday? Okay, I agreed with what she said. If you can break down and take the emotion out of everything, what she said is truth. What I did not like, and even while watching before all the shit hit the fan this week, is that I do not agree with the manner in which it was delivered. That's right. So when you're periscoping, or you're, and again, those cake groups drive me crazy, because I will see things and people will show cakes or that I don't think are great, or they're asking questions or whatever. Hey, Blue, I can't remember your name. I'm sorry. People are asking questions. I just don't answer. Again, do not engage. Okay. It's called being mature. It's called being an adult. If those of you who have been following me for a while, I don't get emotional unless it's directly pointed at me. I am here to help you. And I think, good morning, sweet celebrations. I think that, the way I learn, what she said was true. Yes. The way she said it was inappropriate. Okay. So, because of the manner in which it was delivered, and those of us here, like me, and I just got off the phone with Jay, those of us who tell it like it is, we don't kiss ass, we don't sugarcoat, either we do not engage, or we're going to be respectful, because our reputations, it was inappropriate. Punctuation would have been good. I don't even know what that means. If you say one more thing and you're a stalker, I'm blocking you. It's about respect, and it's about respect. That's right, Bran. I think we've all cried over things people have said, but you know what? I have cried over things people have said to me directly. If someone... Yes, and that's why y'all should have just shut it off. If you were feeling so angry, if you are feeling so angry watching a scope, and, I just turn it off. If I clip onto a scope and there's nothing going on, or they just want to chat about their day, or they, whatever, I just turn it off. Like, why sit there? And if you're feeling abused, or if you feel somehow that it's directed at you, whether it be because of your insecurities, which, when you're all new, we all are insecure. I'm still insecure, believe me. Scoping for me is a big deal, because I am, but right. So my advice about Periscope is, I don't unfollow certain people, even though I don't agree with the manner in which they direct things, because I can learn something still. But if, and I'll tell you, the people who I do turn off and stop following are the people that aren't teaching me anything. Remember the old days when there was a telephone? Or remember when there was no Periscope? Do you remember when there was no Periscope? Wasn't that long ago. I just started watching in August. Before Periscope, if something pissed you off in the cake groups, if somebody pissed you off or said something, and let me tell you, if you put your cakes in the group and ask for opinions, you best be ready to get positive and negative. And I'll tell you something, when I see a cake that I think is just, if you're learning and you're new, I can see that in your cake. And I just won't engage. I won't say anything. But if you're asking for advice on what to do, sometimes I'll tell you, sometimes I feel like you're not ready to hear it, so I won't tell you. But if you're going to go, okay, so getting back to before Periscope, and it all depends on what one wants from the Periscope. Right. I want to learn and I want to teach. I don't want to sit and, by the fireside and bitch and moan. Yes, they do egg things on, but I don't even know if they do that on purpose. But the ones, before Periscope, if we were really pissed or upset, we would email each other, or we would text each other, or we would private message each other, right? Well, the problem with Periscope is now when you're upset, that's a good question, Curly, and I'll get to that in 1 second. The problem with Periscope, and what I really, really turned me off this week. And I'll tell you, and I'm going to be really honest, because back when the hashtag BAD came out a month ago, I was on board because I'm all about no drama. But what happened this week, and I think it's just, I don't think, you know, with all good intentions these women had, I don't think they realized the impact, but they made Periscope a bully pulpit. And I joined the Facebook group and I ended up taking myself off. I still follow these women and I think they're great and they have a lot to offer. But I think hate promotes hate, right? Yeah, I felt like I had to choose too. And I decided to choose by just being neutral. That's right. And like I said, a few scopes ago, when I said I popped into a scope and asked a question, I was told basically, duh, like you're an effing idiot. You won't find that here, and I won't watch those scopes anymore. But I think if you want to be a successful business person and you want to be a successful scoper, you need to watch your tone. If you have a message to deliver, again, I agree with her message on Sunday. I completely agree with her message on Sunday. I completely disagree with the anger that was behind it, because she made it personal, and you don't do that. And what was happening this week with the ladies of the BAD group, and I'm sure some of them are here, is that they were getting hateful. And I think we all need to take the high road and either don't engage. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. If you're upset by something someone said, call your friends. But don't come on Periscope. Don't come on Periscope and badmouth other people, because and this is from me, and I know you all, you know, in both groups. That's right. 2 wrongs don't make a right. And you ladies, I think, did yourself a disservice because you alienated a lot of people. You pretty much alienated me. And I'll only watch your scopes if you're teaching me something. If you want to block me, go ahead. But I'm just telling you the truth of what it is to be mature and an adult and putting yourself out there. Curly Duchess, how to ask for constructive criticism. Okay, so you'll very, very rarely, if I post pictures in those groups at this point, I just post a picture and say, this is what I did this weekend. I am not asking for criticism. I'm not asking for comments. Why, thanks, Claudia. BAD stands for Bakers Against Drama, which I'm all about that. And a month ago when it was originally brought up, it was like, yes, I'm totally against drama. But what happened this week is the Bakers Against Drama became the drama. So, you know, and I'm not going to tell them how to do what they want to do. I'm not going to tell the Sunday person to do what she wants to do. But I do know she came on yesterday and she was crying because she was so upset. It's kind of, I'm sorry she was upset, but I also followed over the last couple days when all the scopes came on about respect and being kind and all of that. And she just kept saying the truth, you know, tell the truth. And I'm all about telling the truth. Like, y'all know me at this point. It's like, you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you what I feel. Oh, don't take screenshots of me. I'm going to tell you about what I feel. And in my opinion, you could tell I've been through a lot of therapy because I say, I feel, and in my opinion, I could have gotten that same point across and y'all would have listened and not taken offense. I think a lot was learned this week by a lot of people, even people that weren't involved, to say, you know, maybe I shouldn't, you know, be so honest. Yes, Sweet Justice, I agree. Careful what you wish for. I would never have come on Periscope and said how upset I was. I wouldn't have done that. I would have called Jay. I would have called a friend. I would have private messaged Krista. I would have, you know, some of the Brienne I would have messaged. I mean, or Lori. I would have just, it's private. Okay. No. And Kim, I just started watching her replay of her reaction yesterday, so I don't know. All I know is all I've heard so far is she said, I'm not that person. And I'll tell you, when I first started watching Periscope, she wasn't. But I'm giving this way too much time. All I'm saying is, if you don't like it, and when I was talking to Jay, I was like, remember Howard Stern? Howard Stern used to be on public radio. The FCC used to come after him. Everybody used to come after him. And his whole thing was, you don't like me? Change the channel. Okay? You don't like someone? Turn off the Periscope. Stop following them. Yes, people share. But if you don't like them, then don't watch them. If I turn off scopes in the middle all the time, so you might see me, hi Adriana, you might see me in a replay, but I might not have watched the whole thing because either you're boring me or you're just talking about personal stuff, or I have no interest in that. I am here to learn and teach. That's it. If you're not going to do that for me, then I won't watch. And if you feel the same way, then don't watch. But I do want to say, for all those people that do make it personal and are using Periscope as kind of a universal way to chat with your friends, then as a baker, please don't. That's right. Layla, that's absolutely right. Thank you. So as far as asking for criticism in the groups, okay, I'll put stuff in and say, this is what I did this weekend. I don't want people to blow smoke up my ass, but it seems that a lot of people that post in those groups, thank you. Another person that, there are people that post in the groups and you could tell they're scared. I don't post stuff in the groups that I'm going to get bashed for. Even though there are cakes that are just, and people will say, and when I first started joining the groups, I would say, well, it's got this and that's got that. And people would say to me, oh, leave her alone. She's just learning. Well, I know that I have an idea who the person was who was called out. I never saw the original. I did see something in one of the groups that was a fallen down cake, and I even said in the comments, like, there were major structural problems with that cake. The first thing that glared at me is there was no center support, and it was a 4-tier cake. I mean, that is kind of basic, but I think that what I do agree with, okay, so I'm going to put this in a manner that I think you will understand and respect, and how I think it should have been said. We all start somewhere, okay? We all start small. We all start with cupcakes, or we'll start with just a birthday cake or something like that. And I don't know about you, but with me, when I first started, like my first paying customer, I was so nervous, like anxiety attack nervous, because they were giving me money, right? And then over time, I'm always concerned. 12 years later, okay, so Curly, when you can join the groups, but I would be silent for a while. If you